Have you ever wondered, when everything just seems lost, when all the effort feels like it's for nothing, why do some people just refuse to stop? What's their secret? Well, we're about to dive into that, because the answer isn't just about simple motivation. It's a deep secret, hidden in the fundamental laws of the universe itself.
We've all been there, right? You hit that invisible wall, and it feels like the entire world is screaming at you to just quit. But the reason some people push right through it, well, it goes way beyond just willpower. The answer, believe it or not, has a stunning parallel in quantum physics. And once you see it this way, it will completely change how you look at failure and even reality itself.
Now, what you need to understand is this isn't just another pep talk. This is about giving you a brand new framework, a new lens to see through, inspired by hard science. And it shows exactly why continuing to try is so absolutely critical. By the end of this, you're going to see how every single failure contains the seed of your ultimate success. So, first things first, we have to completely shatter a myth that most of us live by every single day. This idea that the world is a solid, predictable machine. You know, that what's done is done and the future is somehow already written in stone. Well, it turns out that couldn't be farther from the truth.
See, back in the early 20th century, a physicist named Max Planck totally flipped our understanding of reality on its head. He discovered that our universe isn't made of solid little things at all. Nope. When you get down to the most fundamental level, it's just a vast, vibrating ocean of pure energy and infinite possibility.
And this right here shows you just how massive that shift in thinking was. The old classical way of seeing the world said everything is fixed. A ball is here or it's there. One single reality. But the quantum world? It revealed something incredible. It showed that on a subatomic level, a particle can actually exist in many places, in many states, all at the same time. Its reality isn't decided.
Okay, so let's take that mind-blowing idea and apply it to our own lives. What if your life isn't just one single pre-written story? What if, right now, in this very moment, there are countless versions of your future, all existing as pure potential? In one of them, you've given up, but in another, you've achieved something absolutely legendary. Both are possible. The real question is, which one are you going to pull into reality?
And that, right there, leads us to the next critical piece of this puzzle. I mean, if reality is just this big field of possibilities, how does any single outcome actually become, well, real? How do we go from what could be to what is?
This is where another genius, Werner Heisenberg, comes in, with his famous observer effect. He discovered something that sounds like science fiction. In the quantum world, the simple act of observing something changes the outcome. It's almost like the universe waits to make up its mind until something or someone is paying attention. Now just think about what that means for the power of your own focus.
You could really think of it in 3 simple steps. First, you have this infinite ocean of what could be. Then, your focus, your attention, your actions, your belief, that acts as the observer. And by consistently aiming that focus at one outcome, you start to pull that one possibility out of the ocean of potential and into your concrete reality. I want you to really let that sink in. Your future isn't some book that's already been written. It's a blank canvas. And your persistence, your belief, where you choose to put your energy, that becomes this incredibly powerful force that starts to bend and shape reality in the direction of your intention. You are literally painting your future moment by moment.
And this brings us to the most powerful and maybe the most important point of all. If we accept this idea that our focus helps shape our reality, then what is the true scientific cost of giving up? We're not just talking about a moment of weakness here. We're talking about a definitive action that has profound consequences.
The great Napoleon Hill said this years ago, and with this new perspective, you can see it's not just a nice motivational quote, it's basically a law of physics. It's a perfect description of what happens when the observer refuses to quit.
So let's really think about this for a second. When you finally throw in the towel, when you decide it's over and you walk away, what are you actually doing in this great ocean of possibilities? What powerful choice are you really making?
What you're doing is you are withdrawing your observation. You're taking your focus off the potential of success. You are sending a clear signal that you are no longer trying to bring that reality to life. You are slamming that door shut permanently. And the moment the observer is gone, the moment you walk away, the system finalizes the result. It's as if the universe just shrugs and says, all right then, experiment complete. The outcome is locked in. Game over.
But, and this is the most important part, as long as you keep going,
No matter how slow you're moving, no matter how many times you get knocked down, you are sending a constant, powerful signal that says, the experiment is not over. You are keeping that possibility of victory alive. It's still in play. It's still a potential reality just waiting to be born.
Now, I know this might all sound a little abstract, but history is filled with people who lived by this exact principle, whether they knew the physics behind it or not. And let's talk about one of the absolute greatest examples.
Before he finally invented a working light bulb, Thomas Edison racked up over 1,000 so-called failures. Now, for most people, that would have been the end of the story, right? But not for him.
This quote, this is the absolute perfect example of a scientific mindset. This wasn't just him trying to be positive. He had completely reframed what failure even was. He didn't see setbacks, he saw data, he saw progress.
You see, this was his whole process. For Edison, every single failure was just one more experiment. And a true scientist, they don't stop experimenting until they get the result they're looking for. He knew, intuitively, that as long as he kept trying, the possibility of success was still on the table.
So, let's bring this all back together. The moment you decide to give up, you are willingly taking yourself out of the equation. You are no longer the active observer, focusing your energy on bringing the future you want into existence. You're letting go of the controls.
But that person who refuses to quit, the one who keeps trying, keeps believing, keeps observing, they understand this fundamental secret we've been talking about. They know that success isn't just about getting lucky.
When it comes right down to it, success isn't some random miracle that just drops out of the sky. It is the natural, predictable result of being a persistent observer. It's about staying in the game long enough to collapse the right possibility into your reality.
And that leaves us with one final, powerful question. That ocean of possibility is all around you right now. Your focus is the tool that can shape it. So, at this very moment, which reality are you choosing to observe into existence?